Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are very good and doing very well. Today I am here with the same chapter, crop production and management. In my previous lecture I was talking about the crop production and what is the management, how we will grow the crops, why it is being grown, and about why do we even learn this chapter, crop production and management, in our course book. Why do we need to eat food? So these are the topics. Even I was talked about uh, agriculture, what is crops, etc. Now in this session we are going to talk about different agricultural practices. What are these agricultural practices that is performed farmers to grow the crops? So let's see this here. The basic practices of crop production. We were talking about what is the different agricultural or basic agricultural practices. First, we will know about what is basic agricultural practices. What is called that? So we can see that it is the various tasks performed by farmers to grow the crops. It is about the tasks which is being performed by the farmers to grow the crops. That is called agricultural practices. That is called agricultural practices. So, why do we even need to do this? Why do they prepare themselves before going to grow the crops? It is very simple. Like you can understand, let's understand with this example. When you want to go to give your examination, or your examination is near or in your hand, what you started? You start learning the chapters, you keep on practicing, you keep on writing, practicing, so that you can give your examination properly. And why you have to prepare yourself properly before the examination? Because you want to good marks, you want to get good marks, so that is why you prepare yourself. Here the growing crops is also, or the crop production is also, the examination for the farmers. So that is why the farmers also be prepared or be ready for to grow the crops. So they have to do certain activities. They have to do certain activities so that they will grow a good quality of crops or yields. That is why they have to perform these activities. So now what are these activities? So here we can say that, here we can see that there are different activities given here, which is certain agricultural practices. The first is preparation of soil. We can see here preparation of soil. What do we mean by the preparation of soil? That means we prepare the soil, we make the soil proper, so that we make the soil ready to grow, so that the plants can grow properly. That is why we prepare the soil. We will go in detail one by one. Just I am talking about certain practices, and after that we will discuss about in detail. The next activity is sowing. What do we mean by sowing? Sowing means putting the seeds into the soil. That is the sowing. And after that, adding manures and fertilizers. Why do we add manures and fertilizers? So that these organic materials or inorganic materials or substances, they are having different kinds of nutrients, and that nutrients enrich the soil, so that plants get that all nutrients, so that they will give you good and healthy crops. Next one is irrigation. We know that what do we mean by irrigation? Irrigation means watering the plants. Every morning we have seen at your home that your mother, your father, your parents, your guardian, they always in the morning they watering the plants in your garden. So why it is important? Because we know that for germination of seed, water is the major or necessary condition. And likewise only Photosynthesis is the process in which water is utilized to prepare the food. So that is why we must have to irrigate in time interval. Next is weeding. Weeding is the plants which is unwanted plants, which is not required at all. So they must have to remove from the field, that is called weeding. After that, harvesting. What is harvesting? Harvesting means cutting down of the crops when the crops become mature, and that is called harvesting. After that, storage of food and grains. Why it is important, storage of food and grains? Might be you have seen at your home, in your kitchen, your mother keep all the grains or eatable items in a jar, in a container, and she kept it in airtight container. Why? So that she can protect, or she can prevent that food grains from temperature, from moisture, from rodents, from insects, and she can store for a longer time. So that is why storage is very important. So here crop is produced in a large scale, so that is why that food must be stored in a proper place, so that no any rodents, microbes or insects may damage the crops. And the last one is animal husbandry. Animal husbandry means the rearing of animals. I told you in my previous lecture that what is agriculture? Agriculture is not only the growing crops, it is also about rearing or taming of the animals. Why? So that we can get a product from the animals. As we know that there is two sources of food, that is plant and animals. So crops we will get from the plants, and some animal products like egg, milk, ghee, milk products, these all, meat, fish, these all are important food items, and we get from the animals, and that is why we have to rear the animals. Even these animals also helped the farmers during the preparation of soil or agricultural practices. So this is about the different agricultural practices. Now we will see one by one what is preparation of soil. The first step, what the farmers do in this preparation of soil. So preparation of soils involves three things, that is plowing, that is leveling, and that is adding manures and fertilizers. So before going in detail, I would like to tell you that we have to remember three things, that is what, how and why. That is about what, how and why. This is very important. Why it is important? I will tell you. That if we are going to prepare the soil, the first question comes in your mind, that is what we will have to do during preparation of soil. So I am giving you that what answer. So what is the importance, or why, what is the things which we perform during preparation of soil? The first process in preparation of soil is plowing. So what we will do during the plowing? Plowing, it is a process in which what we'll do, process, it is only about turning and loosening the soil. It is called tilling or it is called plowing. So that means what we will do during the plowing, we loosening the soil and we turning the soil, and that is called tilling or plowing. That is what we will do during the preparation of soil. It is about loosening the soil and turning the soil. Now that is called tilling. Now what are the, how we will do that preparation of soil? What I have given you answer, that what we will do during the preparation of soil. Now the question, how we will do this? How it has been done by the farmers. So there is implements called plow, hoe and cultivator. These are the implements, or simply we can say these are the tools which helps farmers to prepare the soil properly. So now we will go one by one, what is hoe, what is cultivator, what is plow. So I would like to also show you a picture what is preparation of soil actually. let me, now you can see the picture. This is preparation of soil. You can see this, what is uh, showing in this picture, it is about preparation of soil. And here we can say the cultivator is using to plow the field. It is the cultivator which is using for the plowing the field, sorry. Here we can see that again preparation of soil through the plow. This is the plow which is helping to the farmers to prepare the soil. So this is called plow. Now I will show the picture of plow, and you can see this picture. In this picture you can see that these cow, some horses and camels also driven this plow so that they can dig the soil. Actually plowing means what? Digging the soil, digging or turning, loosening, as well as that plow and hoe or cultivator, what they do, they dig the soil. They actually digging the soil so that the inner layer of the soil exposed to the outer edge of the field, so that they will get proper nutrition, they will get all nourishment, etc. So now I will show you different agriculture implements. Now here we can see that this is plow. This is a plow or plow, which is called a hull in Hindi, and we can see this is the structure of a plow. Here this is the handle. You can see where it is handle. This is the handle. Okay, this is the handle. This is a plowshare. In this it is a wooden structure. This is the wooden structure. Even the whole picture you can see that this is about this all plow is made up of wooden or wood, and this portion is made up of iron, or it may be made up of like wood. So this plow helps to dig the soil. You can see this again I will show you. You can see this portion, it is very sharp and very edged, so it helps to dig the soil, and it makes crevices to in the soil so that some unwanted plants will come out. And also we can say that it helps to break down large crumbs into smaller particles. It also uprooted unwanted plants, because it helps to uniform mixing of fertilizers also. So here it is about plow. Now we can see the another one, which is called hoe. This is a hoe, again a agricultural implement which helps farmers to dig the soil, and it helps in loosening and turning. Both of these tools are old and traditional, and these tools take lots of time. It is time taking, and also manpower is required for this plow. And this plow is also driven by cow, horses, and as well as camels. So animals also used during this process. I will show you the next advanced machine, which is called cultivator. You can see this cultivator, the narrow edges, which is, I can show you, these are the narrow edges or sharp edges which helps the digging soil properly, and it is also in a proper distance, so it make a interval of a good interval of, or the furrow is made in a proper distance. Okay, so this is cultivator. So this cultivator is actually very advanced, much more advanced than the traditional tools, and it is very good because it less energy is required. That means manpower is not required and more work is done. But in with the traditional implements, less work is done, lots of energy is required, manpower is required, lots of time wasted. But with this cultivator we can see that less energy is required, more work is done, and less time is wasted. Time could not waste. Time is not wasted at all. So that is about the different implements which is through which we can So once again here we can see that what are the advantage of plowing. So we have seen that what we will do during the plowing, how we will do that. Now the question comes, why we will do that, what is the reason. So first of all, the foremost and very important step or important thing is that why we will do the turning and loosening the soil. That is why, because it exposes the inner layer of the soil to the edge, so that air will penetrate and the nutrient, the humus, the manure will come out to the inner layer, from the inner layer. So here we can see that different advantages of the plowing. We can see this. Now we can see this. It helps in aeration of the root. So why we will do that plowing? Now again I am telling you why we will do that. Or we can say what is the advantage of plowing. It helps in aeration of the root. What happens when we do the plowing, that inner part और the inner the जो soil एकदम एक दूसरे में compact हो जाते हैं, they are now become loosened. So loosening of that soil helps to penetrate the air into the soil. It also helps the root to penetrate deep inside the soil. Even the it also helps in growth of microbes and earthworms. What are microbes and earthworms? Microbes are the organism which we also say that we can also say microorganisms. These microorganisms are nothing but small organisms we cannot see with the naked eyes, and these microorganisms, they produce humus to the, sorry, not humus, these microbes protect the plants from pests and other insects. So that is why that microbes is very useful. They also helps in certain things, like they also fix the nitrogen to the soil so that plants take nitrogen also to prepare protein. Earthworms, these are the worms which helps to promote humus to the soil so that the soil becomes enriched in nutrients. So earthworms, that is why it is also called farmer's friend. So that is how it helps. Even that fertilizers, it is very easy for the farmers to apply fertilizers properly. We can see here that it becomes easy for the farmers to apply fertilizers, because when it becomes loosened, fertilizers or manures can deep in penetrate, or it get into the soil. They will soluble with the water. They can promote the nutrients to the soil. So that is the advantage of plowing, and that is why we do the process called plowing. Now the next part is labeling. Why will do the labeling? Okay. Now first I would like to show you the labelers, which helps to labeling the field. Why do we actually label the field? Here we can see that big crumbs or chunks of soil are broken down into smaller pieces. So first of all, I would like to say that what we will do during the labeling. Labeling is the process in which we uniform the surface. We make the surface even, like if, I just want to tell you, like if the field is like this, can we grow the crops properly? No, because we cannot show the seeds properly, okay, and it will not uniformity, it will not, the water cannot be properly penetrated to the soil. So that is why it is important to label the field. Like I will just give you a simple example. Maybe it is related with that or not, but I can say that how can you relate with that. Like when you go outside, okay, you want to go smartly, you want to wear good clothes, okay, and also you want to get ironed clothes. So but would you like to go with the crushed clothes outside? No, we want to iron them so that it looks better, it's look good. So that is what labeling is all about. Here also, like the soil which is uneven, it is labeled by the certain implements, so that it is easier to a farmer, so that they can irrigate the field properly, they can add the manure properly, etc. So now I can show you, I want to show you the picture of labeler. So now you can see the picture of labeler, like you can see this out, like you can see here that this is uneven part. Okay, now this labeler even the field, so that uniformity will take in place, like uniform irrigation will take place, uniform applying of fertilizers and manures takes place. So this is about labeler. Okay, you can see this is labeling, and this is called labeler. Okay, now come to the topic. So I show you that labeler. So first what we'll do in labeling, we label the soil or make the soil even. How it will take place? It is taken place with the help of an implement which is called leveler, and it is driven by tractor nowadays. Okay, but previously, traditionally, what we'll do, two buffalo or oxes or horses, they help to label the field, like sorry, like I can draw and show you how it will done. Suppose that these are two horses, this is the field. Okay, so here a wooden plank is attached with the horse or the bullock or the ox or buffalo, and somebody has to sit on this or stand on this, and then these horses pull that leveler, so that field become even like this. Okay, so that is leveling. Now I would like to say why we will do that leveling. Okay, so advantage of leveling, or why we would do that, I am telling you why would we do the leveling. So here labeling is being done. Why? Because it helps to break bigger chunks or big particles of soil into smaller pieces. It also prevents from soil erosion by wind and water. Means that helps to, sorry, it prevents from soil erosion. That labeling, what happens when we do the labeling process, that soils become compact, and no any air or water can erode them. So it prevents from soil erosion, and it also promotes uniform irrigation. So that is how we can conserve the water and prevent water logging. What happens, again I would like to show you with, like, if we cannot label, like if the big crumbs of the soil is look like this, and if we water them, so what happens, the water gets start collected over here, and it log the water. So that is how the uniform irrigation will not take in place. So that is why we have to level the field, so that we can irrigate properly, and we can conserve water, and also we can prevent them from water logging. So these are the advantages of leveling. Okay, so in the next lesson, or in my lecture, we will talk about how fertilizers and manures is added to the field, why it is added, and what we will do during the adding of fertilizers and manures, and so on. So till that, what you will have to do, you go through this video and learn it, note down the notes. It is very easy to note down the notes from this video, and do the given work. Thank you very much.